through. The warm, golden light washed over the group as they stepped deeper into the hidden passage. Lion's paws felt heavier with each step, as if the air itself carried ancient memory. Mouse peeked over his mane, shivering slightly while trying to act brave. Bear walked behind them, his heavy footsteps echoing softly. The coconut monkeys clung together, whispering in nervous excitement. The baby jackalope bounced ahead, glowing with fearless joy. Low hum vibrated through the ground as they entered a softly lit tunnel. Ancient carvings glowed faintly on the walls, depicting creatures that looked strangely familiar. The jackalope hopped in circles, explaining happily that these carvings told the story of the valley's first guardians. Lion observed the images, realizing they resembled versions of their group, smaller but unmistakable. Mouse tugged Lion's ear, asking if destiny was following them or chasing them. Lion didn't answer, partly because he didn't know, and partly because the ground beneath them began to shake again. The tremor was lighter than before, almost like a warning rumble. Bear positioned himself protectively behind them, just in case something unexpected burst from the shadows. A gust of warm air drifted from deeper in the tunnel. The monkeys chattered nervously, asking if warm breezes were good or bad. Mouse insisted they were definitely bad. The jackalope insisted they were absolutely wonderful. Lion just sighed and kept walking. The warm breeze carried a faint, distant sound like soft breathing. They emerged into a massive underground chamber, alive with shimmering vines and glowing pools of water. The ceiling sparkled with trapped crystals reflecting light like stars. Mouse whispered that it looked too magical to be safe. Bear muttered that he agreed. The jackalope hopped onto one of the glowing stones and announced proudly that this was the Heartroot Chamber. Lion asked what that meant, and the jackalope explained that every valley had a heart. This was theirs. Mouse asked if that meant the valley was alive. The jackalope simply smiled and nodded. The monkeys silently decided not to touch anything. The glowing pools began to ripple even without wind. Lion felt a presence watching them, calm but ancient. Bear sniffed the air and sensed something powerful. Mouse clung tighter to Lion's mane. The jackalope encouraged everyone to step closer to the largest pool at the center. The water's surface swirled, shifting from calm turquoise to deep gold. Lion stared into the pool and saw shifting visions, forests and storms gathering far away. Mouse gasped as he saw unfamiliar creatures moving through the shadows. Bear frowned as the reflection revealed giant shapes approaching the valley. The monkeys shoved each other to get a better look, instantly regretting it when the water showed lightning cracking across a distant sky. The golden swirl intensified, and a voice echoed from the pool. Not a guardian, not a spirit, but something older. It warned them that a storm was coming, not of weather, but of beings long forgotten. Mouse squeaked that forgotten beings should stay forgotten. Bear growled softly, sensing the truth behind the warning. Lion stood firm, realizing this was what the guardians meant when they said danger approached. The pool shifted again, showing a massive stone gate buried under vines somewhere deep in the jungle. It pulsed with the same light as the chamber. The jackalope explained that it was the origin gate, a remnant of the valley's first protectors. If awakened, it could either help them or doom them. The monkeys strongly voted against doom. Lion took a breath and asked how to find the gate. The pool answered by illuminating a glowing path across the chamber floor. The path slithered like a living ribbon toward a darker tunnel on the far side. Mouse immediately protested, pointing out that the darker tunnel was always the wrong choice. The jackalope bounced excitedly, insisting it was the perfect choice. Bear pushed forward, ready to guide the group. The monkeys formed a shaky chain and followed reluctantly. Lion stepped onto the glowing path, feeling the ground shift beneath him like gentle waves. Mouse muttered that he didn't like wave ground at all. The path dimmed behind them as the chamber faded into the distance. The darker tunnel was narrower, its walls lined with roots that pulsed faintly like veins. Lion noticed the air growing cooler. Mouse noticed the air growing creepier. Bear noticed the smell of ancient stone ahead. The jackalope hummed cheerfully, completely unfazed. The monkeys whispered about turning back, but the path behind them vanished completely. A distant rumble echoed through the tunnel, like giants shifting on the other side. Lion crouched low, ears alert. Mouse clung to his mane, refusing to look ahead. Bear moved to the front again, ready for anything. The Jackalope hopped forward confidently, promising that they were almost there. The monkeys begged him to define almost. Third, the tunnel widened into another chamber, this one colder and filled with looming stone pillars cracked with age. The ground vibrated with deep energy. Lion felt the presence of something huge sleeping beneath them. Mouse whispered that they had definitely stepped on something alive. Bear agreed, scanning the shadows. A massive structure rose at the far end, ancient, towering, covered in carvings that shifted when looked at too long. The Origin Gate. Its surface flickered with faint blue flames that didn't burn. The Jackalope bowed respectfully, saying the gate only awakened when the valley was in true danger. Lion stepped closer, feeling a pulse of energy from it like a heartbeat. The ground suddenly rumbled again, stronger this time. Dust fell from the ceiling. The stone pillars trembled. The monkeys screamed and hugged each other. Mouse shouted that the gate didn't look friendly at all. Bear braced himself as cracks of light began to form along the gate's edges. The gate pulsed once, twice, then burst open with a deep roar of wind. A powerful surge of light slammed through the chamber. Lion shielded his friends. Mouse buried his face in his mane. The monkeys tumbled backward. The Jackalope stood unfazed, blinking in awe. Tease. As the wind faded, a silhouette emerged from inside the gate. Massive, ancient, yet graceful. Lion's heart pounded. Mouse whispered, asking what it was. Bear's eyes widened. The Jackalope smiled knowingly. Something old had awakened. Something the valley hadn't seen in centuries. And it was looking right at them. The chamber air grew still. The presence stepped forward. And the next part of their journey truly began.